D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can, check them out and read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read them to you. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? All right, so it sounds like the Star Wars Acolyte show is gonna be pretty trash. I mean, I didn't doubt it from the get-go, but Leslye Headland just recently did an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, and it's not looking too good, guys. It's not looking too good. But let's go ahead and read this article. This is from Bounding into Comic Books, or Bounding into Comics. Yeah. Well, let's check out this article. There's Leslye Headland. So it says, Leslye Headland confirms the upcoming Star Wars series, The Acolyte, will look into what's going on for all of us right now, which I think is a bad idea, but, whatever. So it says, the Acolyte creator, Leslye Headland, and former assistant of Harvey Weinstein, recently confirmed that the upcoming Star Wars series on Disney Plus will be a commentary on current American society, culture, and politics. So it's already DOA. So it says, in an interview with Empire Magazine that was shared to the Star Wars Leaks subreddit, which we'll check that out in just 1 second. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Headland discussed the series, saying, when you're doing something completely original like we are, you want to question the status quo of the era that you live in. Do you really want to? I mean, I have more thoughts on it, but let me just continue with this and then we'll talk about it, because I'm not saying that Leslye Headland doesn't have a solid idea here. It's just the way she's going about it. I have a good idea what it's going to be like. All right, she continued. What I think is so, what I love all of this crap. Remember when she was at Star Wars Celebration, she was like, you guys, like in the middle of whatever, she's like, you guys, Star Wars saved my life.
Like, Star Wars saved my life. Like, I know that
Clap, 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 clap. I'm back to normal. Like what crocodile tears was that nonsense? Anyways, okay. All right, the Jedi really think they're right, and George Lucas tells us that they're wrong in Phantom, which I think that's okay. They missed a huge aspect of the dark side rising that just felt like fertile ground to look into what's going on and for all of us right now. I don't know how about the feel about the right now part, but I think that looking into the Sith rising up in the ranks and the Jedi being wrong, I think that that's a good, solid idea right there. I just don't think that she's going to be able to pull it off, and I don't think that I just don't think this is going to be a good show. And just what people are saying, like, remember this guy right here, which this Charlie Burnett right here. Remember when he said at Star Wars Celebration, when he was all like, well, in Star Wars, there's no really good or evil. It's just, whatever side you're on, you think you're right.
Best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on, truly. You know what I mean?
I'm all like, no, I'm pretty sure the Empire is evil. I mean, they blew up a whole freaking planet, dude, with billions of people on it. I'm pretty sure they weren't right at all. So I'm like, maybe if you guys watch Star Wars, maybe you would know what you're freaking talking about. And then I'm just gonna bring up this last little thing and everything. And I love how Jodie Turner-Smith, how she was all like, I play a character. She's a strong woman. No claps. It was like completely silent. And then she's like, she's a strong woman. She had to repeat herself. And then the crowd was like, yeah. And then she's like, yes, yes.
So my character, she's a powerful leader. She's a powerful leader. Yes. In a very woman-centered world, which I was very excited to kind of be in that, because I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal, so it was kind of cool to have like this sort of woman-centered figure.
And I'm all like, get the hell out of here. Nobody cares, Jodie Turner-Smith. Kick rocks. Okay, so anyways, all right, let me continue this. All right. Not only did Headland confirm the show will be a commentary on current American society, culture, and politics, but she seemed to imply the focus on the show being a female villains are self-inserts, which doesn't surprise me. And she says, when I was a young queer girl, that's another thing on this article. Like, it was just, I'm queer, I'm queer. She just kept saying that. And I'm all like, yeah, we got it. We got it the first time you said it, honey. Like, you don't need to keep repeating yourself. So anyways, when I was a young queer girl, I was just hanging out with Ursula, the sea witch from The Little Mermaid. She told the outlet, as a queer girl growing up, if you don't identify with the heroes and the villains show up and they're all queer coded, you're like, yes, that's me. Which I just go, what? Okay, that's cool. Whatever. I mean, like, Ursula was designed or whatever after Divine, the drag queen, and that's fine, but I mean, like, but just because the villains are queer coded doesn't mean you have to be a villain. But whatever, it's fine. It's the villains are always better anyway, so I get what she's saying. Headland added, as a queer filmmaker, you're gonna see some camp inevitably, but I would say that tonally our references are darker. See, so like, listen, the camp thing, I don't know how I feel about that, because if you're going dark, you can't really be camp. Like, that's the thing about Empire. Empire's dark compared to Jedi, which is not dark. It's very camp because you got the little Ewoks and they're all like, but the Ewoks are pretty dark. They were gonna eat Luke and Han and them and Chewie. So maybe I guess you could mix it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely watch it. Oh, here's that video where she said she saved my life. I already played it though. During an appearance at Star Wars Celebration back in April, Headland made it clear the series would be told from the perspective of the villains, which I think is a decent idea. I personally don't think that she can pull it off. I mean, if you watch that, what was that show that she had with the curly-haired lady, like Dollhouse or something like that? I can't remember. It was okay, but I didn't feel the payoff was very, like, all that great. Like, I was like, all right, it was fine, but it wasn't that great. The one show where she did, yeah, she did the one show on Netflix where it was like the lady, like, she just, with the curly haired lady, and she just kept looping the same party where she dies at. And it was fine for like the first couple episodes, but like I don't know, it wasn't that great. Anyways, all right. She said, I think one of the things that would be helpful to kind of put in perspective is that we're at the end of that High Republic era and moving more into George's era of the Phantom Menace, which the High Republic sucks. I didn't read too many of those. I read a couple of the comic books. They're not very good. Okay. So my question became, as a fan, when I initially pitched the show to Kathleen, who, you know, is a great judgment of what ideas should be like, which was an original idea with new characters and not connecting to the Skywalker saga or any of the existing characters in the High Republic. Headland continued, what I wanted it to introduce the fans to, the concept to, was how do you reconcile the Jedi at the height of their power, the galaxy at the height of the Age of Enlightenment and Peace, and who George says they became at the top of the Phantom Menace. And to me, that meant, why don't you tell a story about Star Wars from the perspective of the villains, of the bad guys? And if those bad guys are outnumbered at this point, then that means that you get this opportunity to see how the Jedi very subtly go from who they were in the High Republic and the Old Republic and who they became by the time they're watching episodes 1, 2, and 3, she replied. Back in June of 2021, Headland confirmed the series would be female-centric during an interview with YouTuber Fantastic Frankie. Fantastic Frankie doesn't look all that great, but whatever. She said, just because the show is technically, yes, female-centric, meaning it centers around a female protagonist, I don't think that necessarily excludes men from the space. Well, no, that's not what you've told us. You've told us, you have to be represented. So if men aren't in it, they're not represented. So it's not for me. That's what we've been told this entire time. That if you don't have, you know, a female character in there. I can't see myself on screen. So therefore this isn't for me. That's what you've told us now. So I'm sorry. That's bullshit right there. She can go suck it. She won't though, because she doesn't like that. Headland would go on to explain, listen, I relate to the male characters all the time. Do you though? Because I don't know. If they're not queer coded, you're not represented, you know? So it sounds like a lot of backpedaling. Like I root for Mando, like I root for Luke. I like deeply will not sure how much I care about Han Solo anymore. When I was little, I really liked him. When I watch him now, I'm kind of like, gosh, a lot of my psyche makes sense now. Okay. All joking aside, I think that inclusive space means an inclusive space. But at the same time, I think that just because something has a female protagonist doesn't mean it's only meant for women, she added. Listen, I get what you're saying, but you guys have been telling us the opposite of that for the longest time. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Look at this tall dude right here. He plays a Wookiee. But anyways, she went on to describe the series as a tent revival. I kind of see like if Star Wars is a religion, which I think we kind of agree for the purposes of this interview, it is. I like to think of my show as a tent revival. You can come over if you want to. We are going to be talking about some cool stuff. There's going to be some things we haven't discussed in canon yet. There are going to be some characters you don't know about. I would love you to join us. Okay, I'm not interested in this nonsense. Okay. The official description of the series, The Acolyte, is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. No official release date has been announced for the series. So all in all, I would just say this sounds pretty, I think this sounds like, I don't know, man. It sounds pretty DOA to me. We'll see. I'll watch it and cover it and everything because it's Star Wars. But other than that, I really don't think that this show really like is going to be all that great. But I mean, if it's good, though, I'll tell you it's good. I'm not holding out hope. I'm just going to be like that. But we'll see, you guys. Sorry, I talked a little too much during this article. All right, tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you guys feel about this Acolyte show now that Leslye Headland has come out and said it's going to be very queer-coded and very much, you know, what's going on with right now? It sounds like a lot of identity politics to me, which I am not interested in at all. It sounds like it might be very woke, which I just go, listen, I don't know, man. I'm just like not interested in that, but we'll see. I mean, I'm going to watch it. Like I said before, I just don't know how great it's going to be. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys. You guys have a good week. Bye.